wonderfully performed. Now I understand that there's a lot of bridging within the gaps of whatever I say to you that needs to be taken care of. I had a great talk with Jim. It sounded facetious many ways through, in a way where, you could feel that unappreciation on both sides, but the recognizing of the respect and the plans to move forward. I've been doing a lot of talking and a lot of planning and understanding and brainstorming, but brainstorming planted me. It made me lock myself in my mind, and I wasn't able to get out there and perform to make any value or validation to any situation that I discuss. Makopi. Today's a day where I have to, while you're on the mountainside, I have to talk with God for a moment. And I did. I made my way through that moment in the mountaintop with God and Satan in the kitchen. We finished the tabernacle, lamentations are over, and we had to understand who's the judge, and who's what, and who's where. As I play with numbers, he plays with judges. On the way out the door, he said, "Have at it, Moses." Make it happen. Make it happen. And I'm going to make it happen. And, today, my application is going to go in tonight to go help with, work in the juvenile jail, because I feel like I need to be there as a father and a teacher to these young boys who just don't have that figure in life. I've always been that person. Yes, she is, but she isn't. She'll always work with us no matter what. So there's an understanding. If you're going to be a pastor out there reaching out to me, there is no jealousy. You can reach out to my future wife too. She is of the essence and the Holy Spirit. But there's certain accounts that you're going to handle through me. And there's respect behind that. And I'm not asking for it. I just hope that you would know that that's just the right thing to do. I don't think you'd be happy with me if I, out of the blue, just met you yesterday, go and reach out to your wife or your girlfriend to, I understand you would like to be able to see maybe she would upload or whatever your pictures of all the kids and what you do, but you don't ask people of that. That's the moral part of the story, is we don't ask for the respect. We don't ask for the things to be done. They just happen. I'll answer that in a minute. I'll bring you on board. I'll bring you in with us. What's up, Mukopi?
How are you?
I'm well, my brother. I'm well. What's going on?
Yes. So what are you doing now at this time?
What am I doing now? I'm actually making one of my videos, and I just had my moment on the mountaintop with Satan, which would be my landlord, which would be Zacchaeus. I told you, I don't know if you noticed it, but I don't know how far you've gone in my background. I've been walking the will of God in a way where, Jesus here on earth. Hello, it's good to see you. You're my brother in Christ. I know you are. Now, you can look at me funny, and I know that there's a sin within you that I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I want you to tell me what's up.
You have been with it's a church called Revival Church in USA. You know Revival Church?
Which church?
It's called Revival Church.
Revival, yes. There's a few revivals. There's a few, but which, like the actual church name is Revival? Because I go to Reignited, I go to the Kingdom of Heaven.
I've been praying with them today, doing live.
Amen.
So I joined them.
Good.
I like the way they are preaching up. Even I commented, I told them I have a guy who has a blood cancer, that is leukemia. Because I have a child who have a leukemia.
Yeah.
In his blood, they have a blood cancer. So they are joining us, praying together. With them, we share the word of God. And it was somehow, okay, because they felt that what I was preaching to them and what they were preaching to me too, we are sharing the ideas about Christ. And now God loves and never leaves anybody behind. That is what we have been praying of today. And it was really like, There's a certain lady, maybe she's one of your friends,
Who?
and she's called, is it Darren, something like that?
Darlene?
Yeah, the one you have sent to me the name.
Oh yes, yes. So Darlene. Oh, here's the answers. Okay, so Darlene is my girlfriend. She is. She's. Well, I'd call her my fiance. I have proposed. I just haven't given her a ring. We are at that level of life where she's a mother, I'm a father, and it isn't about us. It's about the children, and we want to foster children, and we have just a beautiful relationship, a wonderful connection. She is involved, but she's involved through me. You know what I mean? She's willing to share with you. She's willing to share, but we can all do it together. She has a lot of things going on in her life and what she's doing here on in our cities that she can't necessarily take on what's going on in the world like I want to. I'm here with you, so I'm your direct connect.
Yeah, she commented on the post I posted up and I sent her a friend request.
Yep.
And it just said that she's one of your mutual friends.
Yes.
Mutual friends together. So it's better we all of us together make a conference call. And
Amen.
we make this.
I would love that. All of us, a conference call, we come in together and we can discuss. Like, I love the bracelets. Do you have shelter overhead when you make bracelets? Are the kids out of the sun? Are they? You give them a good home, a good place to be able to do this stuff, or is it almost still like a child slave thing? You know what I mean by that? You know what I mean by that.
What I do basically, we sit around together like in a room, but the problem is material.
Materials. You don't have any materials. Yeah.
Yeah, to buy materials it would cost me like maybe $60, and I can make a bracelet like 400. 400. So when maybe God gives me a chance and send them to you, they can buy each and every one maybe like $2 or $3. And then if you do like a $2 time with the 300, with the name of the churches you are praying up, with the name faith, love, hope, it can make a good money for them.
For them, for the children to eat their food, to be able to buy them food, to get them water, to get them. So right now, I want you to know, Mukopi, I'm in a recording right now. So you're in the background, your voice, and you're telling me everything that you need. So you're speaking your voice of what you need, and I'm making sure that they can hear it because you want to do right? You got 600,000 people want you to be the king of Uganda.
That's kind of what I need to do for the community and the children.
Amen.
I need to start out something good like they have been doing. I started up this orphanage or equality ministry in 2011. So in 2011 I started up with a new journey. The reason why I started out, I was a street kid too. I'm an orphan.
You're my brother.
I've never seen my mom or dad. So me, what I passed through, I don't want to see anybody to be advantage or disadvantage of it. That's why I came up with a new aim. I try out to do what I can so I can save life for the lifeless and save life for the widows and give hope to the girl child. And I just want that everyone can be living to the world where we're supposed to be happy and we're supposed to share the ideas with different people.
That's right.
So when I came up with the other stuff, it was only God who created it to me. And when God comes up to me, he told me somewhere wake up. And I explained to you yesterday, I used to sleep on the pit latrines. I used to sleep on verandas, which gives more encouragement. I don't want to see anybody sleep on verandas like the way I used to be.
We want to give them
So
homes.
I have a gift.
Yes,
the gift I have is making the craft. Art and craft, those are the bracelets. The bracelets we make, it's with the same names, God, Jesus Christ, hope, joy, faith. And any name you feel like you want to put on, we can.
Of course.
We can make your name on the bracelet. And the bracelet is made through in African culture. In African culture, we make baskets. We make paintings through African animals like a lion, elephant, tiger, everything you feel like in a craft. We can make it combs. We make shopping bags. We make what we call necklaces in the paperwork. So I teach them used to make necklaces in the paperwork. So the reason why we make that, we don't have a market, basically. The reason why we make that, we don't have a market. So at this time, I'm supporting 39 kids at the orphanage.
How many?
62 in the foster home.
39?
39.
39.
Yeah, kids.
Kids.
In the orphanage, yeah. And 63 in the foster homes. Foster homes means they have a single parent, like a mother who can't buy for them food,
Right.
or like a father who is sustainable.
Right.
So a person like me, I feel like that will lead a child to go on the street and started to call a group and join hands how we can support of those children in the foster homes and support also these kids at our orphanage. In our orphanage, I tried to construct 4 rooms. And the 4 rooms are not yet done. 4 rooms. I constructed from the money I sold from bracelets and craft. So from that, we need money. We have been renting and we are still renting. And we need money for rent. We need food. We need water. We need shelter.
Mm-hmm.
We need clothes. We need soaps, bathing soaps, and other things like a toothbrush for the children who are in the orphanage to use. And those, nevertheless, those in our foster homes also, they need the same stuff.
Yes, they do.
Because it's our responsibility.
Of course they do. It's a responsibility. You said,
for them.
how many parents do you have out of the 63 foster kids?
There are 63 in the foster homes. It means they don't sleep with us at the orphanage.
No. So they're in the
They sleep
orphanage.
outside.
How many figures, father figures, mother figures are there? Is there one headmaster or is there?
Yeah, the other one is 39 and the other one is 63. That means we have 102 children who are in our hands, who we are supporting up at this time. And the 39 are the one who are basically really dependent on me. I need to feed them morning, lunch, and evening. I need to give them a room to sleep. I need to care for them, everything they like, because I'm a father to them. I'm a mother to them.
Who's making the bracelets?
I myself, Samuel. I'm the one making them with the children.
Okay.
I teach them because it's my talent, but I give them to the children so I can make it.
When you teach them to, is it arts and crafts time, or is it, hey, you got to be here at this time, start working on bracelets, enjoy your day, while where are the children learning how to be survival of life? Where are they learning how to be ready for when they grow up? I understand they're the ones doing the work to be able to receive the money to eat. Are you telling me that right now? I got to play Lucifer today. Sorry, I have to. I love you, brother. I have to play Lucifer in the moment. When it comes to the children doing the work for themselves to eat, they're playing. They should be enjoying the time when they make bracelets. Like I told you about Sony, Abnir out in Pakistan, Pastor Sony. His children are in the sun making bricks for the town. When there's adult men and women who could be doing that themselves, they got the children doing it. So what I'm saying is, where are the adults who are supposed to stand up? I understand your country is ridden in violence and ridden in robbery and theft. Your country, everyone our age, your brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters, because of the parents above us who didn't necessarily go ahead and do the right thing by us. You and I are good brothers and sisters, right? You're good brothers, where we want to do right by the children in the right way. Not teaching them the wrong things.
The children make this business for survival.
For survival.
It's the only way where we can get money.
I don't mind them making bracelets because to them it's innocent. They're having fun making bracelets. They don't know the story behind it. They're not meant to know it, that they had to,
They know the story. They know the story.
Well, then
I
good.
usually tell them because when I see them, I told them the bracelets to make, it's where we can get what we eat. Because they know they don't have father, they don't have mother. So I groom them as their children. I give them ideas as their children. And I told them they are orphans, but I need to encourage them that losing parents is not the end of their life.
No, but losing parents doesn't make them a slave to the world. Losing parents does not make them a slave to the world. My sword is starting to fire up, brother. It's starting to fire up. because the way we're looking at that right now is not good. It's not good. We have to go out, you and I. Yeah, the children should be allowed to play. They got education. They need to learn about the systems of life. But it's you and I got to go to our brothers and sisters and wake them up. We have to wake them up to be the parents that they're supposed to be. We have to wake them up so that they can smack that sin away and go ahead and follow the will of God. Because these children have to be able to, we don't start working until we're older men. I started working at the age of 8. But I did it out of love because I went next door and I asked the landlord, what can I do to help you? The landlord didn't come to me and say, if you want to live here, you have to work. If you want to live in this house, you have to make bracelets. If you want to live in this house, you have to plow. If you want to live in this house, you have to shovel. Listen, do you hear my message right now? Do you feel it in your heart? But we have brothers and sisters who will live off of the system. We got brothers and sisters who will go ahead and be corrupted by those peers around them to do the wrong things in life, when they should wake up and smell the coffee and see the goodness of what their hands can produce for their own children. It's about waking up and being men of God, being women of God. We're not children anymore. We are the men and women of God. He doesn't look at grandparents. He doesn't look at any of that. No, they're the elders in the sky. And they're looking down on this situation right in the very moment. And they're saying, my son's got something to say to you. And in your country, my king, you're going to get that seat. But you got to make sure it's for the right. The work goes to them. So bracelets, yes. Let the kids have fun. They can enjoy it. But we're going to make sure we can get you that money elsewhere. Not for the purpose of them, for survival in a way of slavery. But for survival, if they don't want to make a bracelet, if they want to go and enjoy the outside sun, they have a right to. Because I want to know, when they're making bracelets, if they want to step up from the table, are they allowed to? Are they allowed to go to the bathroom whenever they want? Or is it like school, where you got to raise your hand? It's an indoctrination system. We're indoctrinated into a system of slavery, no matter what. In education, too. We herd into the school. We sit down at a table. We listen to one teacher or the next teacher in the next class. Those are the things that we're trying to get away from. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and have my kids wake up with me and be able to teach them what comes before us in the moments in values and morals. Morals. If we're walking down the street and I see somebody misrepresenting somebody, instead of not saying something and being a good Samaritan, we're teaching our kids to walk away from the things that other people need help with. We're teaching our children we're teaching them racism. We're teaching them to, you see something, if I walked up to you and I cross the street on you or you cross the street on me, we're teaching those kids that, why can't we walk together and say hello? Why can't we shake hands on it? These kids are, they're being taught false ways of living. When back in the Renaissance day, all that mattered was you go hunting for your food and you go digging for your water and you put buckets out and let the rain fall on the leaves. We got no rain right now, do we?
Yeah. Moment. The phone is on flight, but let me first get a charger and kind of make a clear connection because I want to charge it fast.
Go ahead.
It's on 1%. It's off.
You charge your phone. I'm gonna talk to these people. You charge your phone. You can stay on the phone if you want with me. But we're gonna tell them the world needs to wake up. And our conversation, from the good country of America to your poverty-stricken country in Africa, I'm right here with you, brother. I'm right beside you. I see you in front of me. And I want to do everything I can to make sure your children have food. You posted a picture earlier that made me cry. That picture of that young boy in the arms of that man, you can see his ribs. There's no life, that's dry bones. And that's happening in your nation. When I live in a nation where people are rich and have all this filthy, nasty, stinking money that right now, I bet they want to set fire to. I bet they don't want to touch it because they're not giving it to where it belongs. A man like you wants to feed the children and feed the orphans and feed feed everybody. Everybody needs to eat. But tell me right now, you're the last one to take a bowl. Are you the last one to eat? Are you?
Yes, I'm ready.
I said, are you the last one to take a meal?
No, the older people need meal.
Are the
Because
children
it's a better.
are the children in line before you when they eat?
All of them, they rely on me because I'm their everything. If I die, it means they will also die. If I don't have food, it means they will be hungry. So they rely on me. That's why when you told me yesterday that we need to join hands together, I was so happy. I would like to call you in the daytime so that you can talk to them face to face and they can explain to you what they're going through and record and show it to other people around.
That's what we're doing right this very minute, and I'm talking right to the man I need to speak to. The children, they don't need to tell their stories. We already know their stories. We already know that they're hurting. They need food, they need water, they need clothes, they need shelter, they need love.
When you go to your friends, when you be about to go to your friends and maybe like your girlfriend, you're able to understand them when they are explaining to her what is happening up here, they themselves. Because when me I'm explaining, it will be taking time. But for them, they'll be talking one by one what they need and what they are going through. It's better for them to explain.
It is. Oh, no, you're actually right. What was the last question? Oh, I lost you. Where'd you go?
I'm listening.
I didn't hear what the last thing you said, so I couldn't give a response back.
No, I was saying that they will be able for them to explain to you so that you can share with your friends.
Yes.
And when you already heard from them, and your friends also, they'll be coming to you, and you tell them that, can you listen what these children are telling me when themselves are talking live?
Yes.
That is what I want.
Yes, of course. Well, you want to give their testimonies, of course, and you should. You know, you just go, you record a few here and there, and you post them to my page, because people are going to start seeing my page. They're going to see your page as well. It's a nexus. I'm a connector. I am your connection. So, like, when you send it to me personally in the messages, I look at them. It doesn't make it easy for me to share them over to my page. If you just share directly to my page, give your sermon, it will happen. I'm working on creating excuse me, a foundation where I can put that nonprofit so I can allocate. I also have a church with missions, and I will bring this forward to them. This is their hands. My church is the missions church for around the world. So I work close with Pastor Ben, hopefully. Him and I have a very good relationship. So if I could bring you to his table, we can make this a little easier on your end, so you don't have to feel like you're doing slave work to be able to get food on the table for your children, so that they can learn life and enjoy life the way it's respectfully so, within the God's will, under God, so they can enjoy the world and not have to work for the world. As much as you want to make bracelets that say beautiful love, hope, and all that, and they have a beautiful message behind it, it's blood money. That's blood money.
Yeah.
That's blood diamond right there.
Yeah, what I wanted to send these bracelets to you, to Pastor Ben.
Yes.
And maybe Ben will be standing in front of the church.
We will be. We're standing in front of the church right now. We're already there. This will get before them. We're 24 minutes into it. Oh, we're 24 minutes, 24 hours away from being in front of that church. And they will see the message, because they're looking into me right now because I asked them for money, for me. But when they look to see this message and they see the things that they get to follow up, they're going to see this message, they're going to watch this video, and they're going to see our discussion from the world views. You're not the only pastor that I have who's helping with children. We're going to save the children everywhere. Thank you for being my dividing factor. Thank you for being my brother at large. And I love you so much. God put this purpose in a reason.
God has been making a way where it seems no way. And he has been creating things which are different from what other people are expecting. Like me, it was him who created a way in between me and you. And that now he has created a way in between me and Pastor Ben. And all friends like your fiancé. I never expected to meet God, meet people like you in life.
Oh, and we're here, but we want to make sure that I just have to test the waters sometimes. She was a little uncomfortable because we just met yesterday, but she is respectful and she's got a lot of past trauma with that kind of stuff. So I lost you because I started getting into the conversation of our old stripes, which is unnecessary to be in this conversation. I think his phone died. He only had 1%. But I'm thankful that he called me in the moments, and the divinity of today in itself is wonderful. Because not only was we talking about that same situation at the beginning of the call, we ended it with it too. We were worried about the jealousy on my end. Do you think a man would get jealous of another man calling his girlfriend? No. We have a purpose in life to want to help the children. And I also need to make sure that he is on top of his game as a father figure and he's not looking for a personal gain. And he's really not. This man, he should be a leader in Uganda because he'll make sure the money goes to the right place. He'll make sure that it feeds the children, houses the orphans, and and we're looking to build education out there because they need education. Yes, they do. And what country has the educations? Oh, England, Switzerland, Denmark, Canada. Every one of you thought I was about to say America first, didn't you? We've been indoctrined